Hello, Moment friends! Andang here for another episode of Bingo Boffin. When we last left off, we had made our way to Stangard and had not so good an experience. We also met some eagles, which was super awesome. But now let's find out what is going to happen next.
The men of Stangard will not listen to our warning.
Oh, and there's this whole Easterling army thing, but that's the side quest. The men of Stangard will not listen to our warning that an enemy gathers on their doorstep. Either they do not believe us, or they think they have the strength to survive this threat. I do not know if that is the case. Dang Song, from Landerville's description, it sounds as if the army encamped in the Brownlands is a large one. We should see what we can do about it. You may not have realized it, but when I went to Mirkwood with the Golden Host, I learned a thing or two about what it takes to prepare an army on the march. I may be able to apply that knowledge to the army in the Brownlands. You tell Bingo that he seemed more preoccupied with his stomach during your sojourn into Mirkwood. Well, appearances can be deceiving, can't they? Anyway, I heard from Prestadir that armies march on their stomachs. I was simply corroborating that with my personal experience to the Brownlands. Alright, so now we are going to the Brownlands. And yes, in the Outpost on the edge of the Brownlands, and I don't think I have a swift travel to there. Let's see here.
Greetings, friend of the Rohirrim.
Alright, well we can get to Rushgore, which will take us a little bit closer, so let's go ahead and do just that. But we have not yet been to the Brownlands. I don't think we've been to Rushgore either in this series, but if you've been watching my Bingo Boffin streams, then you know that I have been going through the Great River side quests. Having a lot of fun doing that. Alright, so now we need to make our way all the way to the Brownlands and talk to Bingo himself. And we have all these relics that we really don't need, just from some of the side quests that we had done. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous how many of those had been dropping. And I really don't like the Rushgore for a multitude of reasons. The main one being that there's all these tiny bugs that will come out of the reeds and just harass you basically, and it's very hard to see them at times. And so it can be very annoying very quickly when you run into all these different things that you don't want to run into. Alright, and apparently this is an Easterling camp. Let's get the heck out of here. And see, that's what I'm talking about. There's a Grogbog himself. Alright, so we're nearly to the Brownlands here. Alright, you know what, buddy? There, that's right. You turn around when I turn around. Okay. Go ahead and mount up on our way to the Brownlands. So, the people in Stangard are so much help. It's just breathtaking. But I think we're going to have to stand on our own. And there's the crazy sorcerers that like to mess with your screen even. It's pretty crazy when they not only mess with your character, but also the person playing the character. Alright.
Welcome, my friend.
Yeah, welcome.
The Rohirrim will not believe in a danger until it is almost upon them.
I have learned something about the Rohirrim already, Dang Song. It seems they will not believe in a danger until it is almost upon them. The men here know of an enemy encamped in the Brownlands, but do they send word to the men back in Stangard? It seems not. That's what it says. I am put a little more at ease by the strong walls of Ethelberg. But if the army is as large as Landerville said, they may not be enough. Still, at least the men of Stangard will have some warning if anything does happen. After all, Ethelberg lies between the army and the outpost we just left. At least, for now. I I cannot help it, Dang Song. I am still nervous. I think you should take the fight to the foes that gather in the Brownlands. I will stay here and speak to the Rohirrim. Perhaps one of them will give me a message I can send to Stangard to convince them of the danger. Maybe, Bingo. And so once again, Bingo is doing absolutely nothing, and we are on our own here in the Brownlands. But no worries, we're an overpowered minstrel who has trained alongside of Beorning, so we should be just fine. So I really enjoyed last week's Bingo Boffin. I'm not sure how this week's is going to go. Hopefully it will be at least as interesting. And I'm just annoyed by these, so I'm going to go ahead and take them away. And hopefully not die. There we go. Ah! Did not mean to use that, but we probably needed it anyway. Alright. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and eat some food just so that we can get through this a little bit faster. There we go. Defeat Easterlings in the Brownlands, so this will probably not count, but we'll find out. Nope, didn't count. That's great. Even though it's probably a cat from the Easterlings, does not count. Wow, fear doesn't work on him, but stuns do. Okay. That's right, buddy. No, you don't. No, you don't. Do not. Don't. Alright, let's see, does he have a... Yeah, he has a cat with him. We're gonna go on to this one. There we go. Amazing how much those Daleman's crams helps. In combat morale regen plus 500 is actually pretty good, and then plus several thousand outside. Helps out a ton. That's right, you better run. Right. Man, he is a fast runner. Alright. Goodbye. Just having him do a little dance. There we go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Alright, let's continue along. Your pet has abandoned you, Easterling. It's now time to die. Or, you know, say that you died so I can tell Bingo. Seriously, the amount of stationery required for all these death certificates is very uneconomical for Middle-earth. Alright. Wonder what work funerals are like. Probably don't exist, but if there was such a thing, it would be pretty crazy, I think. Especially if it stayed similar to Elven, since they were, you know, kind of from the elves. It would be very interesting. Or possibly very scary. Alright. There we go, one more. Like I said before, I used to cut out all these combat things, but I've decided to keep them going to give a better idea on how the game is actually played. Now, if we have a bunch of kill quests over and over and over again, I will cut them out, but when there's usually just one a week, I keep them in. Alright, oh, that did not count apparently as an Easterling, so we need to kill one more. Okay, I don't know why that did not count, but let's go ahead and get another one. Or maybe I miscounted. Alright. No, you don't. Go away. Go away. Alright, so let's go ahead and get a bibble. And now we'll fight him again. There we go. Okay, what is this skill? The Melody of Battle. Plus 200 blah blah blah. Inspires you on your target to better know the fluid nature of battle, providing them with swift blades. I think we can move that over here, maybe? Then move that over there. Oh, we're going the wrong way. Are you kidding? We still need another Easterling? What is going on? I really hope this isn't bugged. Oh, hello, buddy. Nice to meet you. Unless we need certain kinds again. No. Help them in a Stangard. Come on, come on. There we go. Go away. That did not count as an Easterling either. What is going on? Okay, something's going on. Let's try this archer, and if this doesn't work, then I think we'll try logging in and out again. Because this is ridiculous. Okay, well, clearly we need to try logging in and out again, so here we go. Alright, so the moral of this story is to always loot your inventory so that you can get the bajillion secret orders that you need. Yup. And we've got like a bajillion of them now. That's great. It spanned 3 days. By that time, the forces made its way along the riverside. Outpost, 3 days. And they're all the same. Okay. I was worried that the game was broken.
What have you found out?
I spoke with a few of the men here, and they shared my concern that the men of Stangard are not taking this threat seriously. It sounds as if many of the men in this land were sent here by the king for various slights and offences, and are perhaps not the staunch defenders that the kingdom most needs. What have you found out, Deng Song? You hand Bingo the secret orders. He reads the parchment quickly, and goes as white as a sheet. Oh no! It sounds to me as if the secret force of Easterlings plans to creep around the Etherberg and attack Stangard in secret. We have to go back and warn them, if it is not already too late. Yeah, I have to go back and warn. Oh no, it's terrible.
Greetings, friend of the Rohirrim.
If only we had a swift travel to take us there quicker. Oh wait. Alright. So if you haven't noticed, I got really annoyed by that last quest, because it said kill one more, and so I figured, you know, that's how it's supposed to work, but apparently you have to loot stuff. Strange medallion, one of the handborn, okay. Should have done that earlier. Oh well.
What brings you to these lands?
You are very persistent, Deng Song. What will it take for you to leave us and not return?
Sabert takes the parchment from you and reads it slowly. When he looks up at you once more, his mocking glare has been replaced by something else. A look of fear.
I do not know what to say. No such attack has occurred, which means you have brought us this warning in time. And you did so despite my harsh words. I hope you will accept my apology. But this is a rough land, and men must be guarded in their dealings with others. If you are willing to help us prepare for the attack that must be coming, I would be most grateful. Will you ask your friend Bingo if he will help?
Yeah, 'cause he's clearly the most helpful person here.
We should help the men of Stangard defend their outpost.
Of course I think we should help the men of Stangard defend their outpost. That's what we've been doing this whole quest. Haven't you been paying attention, Deng Song? We will help them survive this surprise attack, and you will count on me to document the excitement from my account. Great. Thank you, Bingo.
The Rohirrim outpost of Stangard is endangered by a small party of Easterling raiders. Can the outpost be defended?
You may not have much time before the Easterling raiding party attacks Stangard. We must make the most of our time we have available, if we are to be prepared. The men of Rohan are familiar with making preparations for war. There are barrels of weapons atop the hill. We will carry them down here, standard procedure. Then we will gather up fallen weapons from wherever they may be. Some of the men here have left their combat skills suffer. They could use some training. We will need buckets of water brought from the watchtowers in case the Easterlings wield fire. We can carry those from atop the hill. Finally, we need to clean up the dirty dishes left from the noontime meal.
That last one sounds... Finally, a task for which I am well suited, Deng Song. I will take care of the dirty dishes, and you can handle some of the tasks that require this heavy lifting nonsense. I will find you when I have finished. Dishes beware! I will clean you up in no time. Oh my. I am not doing any of those things, Deng Song. What is that noise? I fear the sound of fighting.
Indeed.
Oh, if we do not have to be involved, that would be great. Okay, Landervold's got things under control.
What is that? Deng Song, the town is under attack. I have subdued these warriors, but more approach. Prepare yourself.
Oh, dang, bear form. Oh yeah, she can turn into a bear without getting any wrath. Okay.
What a creature, Deng Song. I've never seen anything that might hope to compare. I think that such a majestic creature could come to the aid of my people. It defies my expectation. And this woman, this Beorning, she fights for Rohan. We will stand together, Deng Song, and cast back our foes. From this point forward, we will stand as friends and allies.
Who said you get to be my friend, buddy?
More Easterlings approach. Stand against them.
Is the bear actually doing damage? Nope. Figures. That is my least, like, my biggest pet peeve with instances in LOTRO is when they do stuff like that. I absolutely hate it. Oh look, they died because it's the end of you killing stuff. I will search for foes elsewhere in the town.
I had never thought to see such strength from one like her.
Yeah, well, you stand corrected, buddy. This is pretty cool, though, that they're adding a battle here in Stangard. Oh gosh. You know what? I don't care, because that annoying bear NPC is annoying. Alright, let's run back to Stangard. Re-enter the instance. And for whatever reason, we're still in combat, which is really annoying. If you haven't noticed, I'm not really enjoying this week's quest. And it's partially because I totally do not understand why a lot of things are happening. First of all, like, I'm pretty sure this is a glitch. And then I don't understand why we were not able to just kill another enemy and have that happen. Instead, we had to find
We should help the men of
the right
Stangard
page. It
defend
was
their
kind of dumb.
outpost.
So, I don't know. And now, okay, down this way. And of course, he's almost dead. Switch to a healing stance.
Let us see if there are more Easterlings in Stangard. This way.
Yeah, right. Great idea.
I circled this town from above, and I saw no more foes nearby. Then we are safe. We have repelled the attack. All of you have my thanks.
You are most welcome, Sabbat. All the dishes are done, and perfectly clean. Oh, hello, Landerval. When did you arrive? What's that? The battle has already happened? I thought I heard something over the splashing of suds, but I told myself it was simply my imagination. At least the dishes are clean. Still, it would have been exciting to see Landerval and Lengha in action. I do not mean to discount your own contribution, Deng Song. I know you are quite impressive in battle yourself, but I have already seen you fight. If the battle has already happened, I suppose we accomplished what we set out to do, Deng Song.
Indeed.
The Easterling force has been defeated.
And the Kundalar in the Brownlands wait for word of victory that will never come. I'm glad that Stangard still stands, but even more than that, I am glad that the men here have been put in their place. They no longer sneer at the line of Beorn. Do not spread this around, but it seems to me that perhaps Sabert has replaced his feelings of disgust with some other feelings entirely. I do not know which I find more irritating, Deng Song, but I think I like it better when he feared my people and was not intent on impressing me. I thank you for your help, Deng Song, and I bid you and Bingo a good fortune on your journey. I will return to Grim Beorn in the Vales of Anduin with news of the Easterling presence in the Brownlands. I may have more work to do than on that score. I look forward to it.
Stangard is safe! And I think we also taught the men here a valuable lesson.
We did it! Stangard is safe, and I think we also taught the men here a valuable lesson about respect. Perhaps the next time well-meaning strangers come to them with warnings, they will sit up and take notice, or at the very least, remain polite. I need to come up with some titles for this chapter of my book. Perhaps a lesson in friendship, a time for trust, evil from the east, dishes and division, or a hobbit that doesn't ever do anything and is always off on some other adventure that's not really an adventure but really just washing dishes. I know it's a little long, but it's the most accurate. This is not easy, Deng Song. If you have any suggestions, I am certainly all ears. We also need to decide where to go next, but I have not yet decided. There are a few possibilities, but I want to ensure we make right the choice. And do not rush into our next course without weighing all our options. Do you know what I mean? Next week, Bingo's Burden. Recommended level 78. I'm so tired of 3-level hikes this far along in LOTRO. We should have been having like 10 level hikes previously, because it would be still less time than the amount of time it takes to get 3 now. That is kind of annoying. But I totally understand. I mean, they have a story that they're wanting to tell. I think this week's would have been more interesting if I would have looted from my inventory sooner. But that did not happen. So anyway, this week was an alright episode, I think. All things considered. We got to see Landerwolf fight against, well, the remnants of Easterlings, so that was pretty cool. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see what Bingo's Burden is. That's going to be very interesting, I think. But that is not until next week. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you again next week for another episode of Bingo Boffin. But until then, thank you all so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like button below. And if you'd like to see more of my daily content, feel free to subscribe, and you'll be notified when that new content comes out. And also, if you'd like to help support my channel and help me continue to create high quality videos, feel free to support me on Patreon, and you can get all sorts of great rewards in the process. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon for another video.